In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 MLB games happening on June 13, 2023, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start: if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Cleveland Guardians versus San Diego Padres. It's the opening game of an interleague series between a pair of teams that entered the season with postseason aspirations, only to enter the series below .500 out in Southern California. The Cleveland Guardians are on the road as they open a 3-game series with the San Diego Padres Tuesday night. Cleveland took 2 of 3 from Houston at home over the weekend as they won the rubber game 5-0 Sunday afternoon. San Diego missed a chance to sweep the Rockies at Coors Field as they fell 5-4 in walk-off fashion Sunday afternoon. Last season, the Guardians took 3 of the 4 meetings, including both games here August 23rd and August 24th, 2022. The Guardians are 4-1 in their last 5 overall and 11-4 in their last 15 versus the National League West. Cleveland is 4-9 in their last 13 interleague games. Meanwhile, the Padres are 5-0 in the last 5 after a loss and 9-4 in their last 13 in Game 1 of a series. San Diego is 24-9 in their last 33 after an off day. In recent years, the San Diego Padres have seemingly failed to build a dominant squad, despite all of the star power, and it has allowed the Guardians to have plenty of success, as they have a solid 4-1 record in their past 5 overall head-to-head meetings between these teams, giving Cleveland plenty of confidence coming into this one. On top of that, the Guardians have found much more success on both sides of the ball despite the same records in 2023, as they have the 20th ranked offense and 5th ranked pitching staff in baseball compared to San Diego's 28th ranked offense and 7th ranked staff. And with plenty of momentum, this should be a hot start to the series for Cleveland. The Padres have been disappointing this season, and they are going to really struggle again here. Bibby sits with an earned run average of 3.05, and he's going to lock down the Padres here. Look for the Guardians to score 4 or 5 runs total, and that is going to be enough for Cleveland to get the job done. So the Cleveland Guardians money line is our full game side pick. Cleveland has seen the under go 39-23-3 in their 65 games heading into Monday's action. The Guardians are 27th in runs per game with 3.85 per contest, though that climbs to 4.28 runs per game on the road. Cleveland has posted an average total of 7.97 runs per game, and that jumps to 8.19 runs per game away from Progressive Field. San Diego entered Monday having seen the under hit in 43 of their 65 games, with 1 push on the season. The Padres put up an average of 4.22 runs per game, which is tied for 22nd in the league. They average only 3.58 runs per game as the home team this season, which is 28th in the majors. San Diego has an average total of 8.14 runs per game on the year, a number that falls to 7.03 runs per game as the hosts this season. Look for both pitchers to do a solid job keeping this game score below the total. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Miami Marlins versus Seattle Mariners. The Marlins and the Mariners meet in Game 2 of a 3-game series on Tuesday, June 13th. Miami lost to Seattle 8-1 in Game 1 on Monday night. The offensive bats erupted for the Mariners as they hit 3 homers. The Marlins will look to bounce back as they contend for the top spot in their division on Tuesday night. The Marlins are 5-0 in their last 5 during Game 2 of a series and 16-5 in their last 21 interleague games. The Mariners are 5-2 in their last 7 Tuesday games and 2-6 in their last 8 overall. The under is 4-1 in Marlins' last 5 overall. The over is 5-2 in Mariners' last 7 overall. Seattle has really struggled of late, and Kirby is no exception to that slump. The Mariners have had issues in all facets of late, and that could prove to be problematic against a Miami team that has shown great resilience while racking up wins. Miami trailed in the 9th inning both Saturday and Sunday against the White Sox before rallying to win each contest. Cabrera has managed to improve his control over his last several outings. After issuing 30 free passes in his first 8 starts spanning 47 innings, he has walked just 8 while striking out 31 over 27.2 innings in his last 5 starts. The Marlins have won 4 of those 5 outings in that that span, and the team in general has a ton of momentum. The Marlins have been playing some great baseball as they have won 8 of their last 10 games. That will continue on Tuesday night as Cabrera is primed for a solid bounce-back start for the Marlins. The Marlins are hitting the 8 best from the plate, which will help them secure runs in this game. The Mariners have also struck out the 3rd most in the league, which will put them at a disadvantage all evening. The Seattle Mariners are getting the benefit of the doubt because they're at home, but we're getting the hotter team with the more talented pitcher at plus money. The Miami Marlins are simply playing the better baseball, and Edward Cabrera is a pitcher coming into his own and is averaging 11.4 strikeouts per 9 innings. It's hard to turn down the plus money. Miami has the upper hand as Seattle struggles to put runs on the board at home, so the Miami Marlins money line is our full game side pick. Miami entered Monday's action having seen the under post a 34-29-3 mark in their opening 66 games of the season. The Marlins are 26th in the majors in runs per game as they average 4.03 runs per contest, though that does climb to 4.16 runs per game on the road. Miami's average total this season is 8.36 runs per contest, while that number climbs up to an average of 8.63 runs per game as the visiting team. Seattle entered Monday's game having seen the under post a 32-32 mark in their 64 games this season. The Mariners are tied for 18th in the majors in runs per game as they put up an average of 4.36 runs per game, though that slips slightly to an average of 4.31 runs per game at home. Seattle has seen an average total of 8.77 runs per game on the year, and that number falls to 8.22 runs per contest as the home team. Both teams have sputtered at times putting runs on the board, and with typical weather in the Pacific Northwest, this game winds up falling short of the total. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Chicago White Sox vs. Los Angeles Dodgers. The Chicago White Sox face the Los Angeles Dodgers with both teams heading in opposite directions this season. The White Sox have a 29-38 record and with back-to-back losses are in 3rd place in the American League Central Division. The Dodgers have a 37-29 record, which is 2nd best in the National League West Division, but they have only won 3 of their last 10 games. For the upcoming game, the White Sox will turn to Lance Lynn as their starting pitcher, who has allowed 13 runs in his last 2 starts, while the Dodgers will turn to Tony Gonsolin to start the game. Chicago is 6-0 in their last 6 Tuesday games and 9-21 in their last 30 games against a team with a winning record, while the under is 7-2 in their last 9 games overall. Los Angeles is 106-40 in their last 146 home games and 63-25 in their last 88 Tuesday games, while the under is 2-0-2 in their last 4 games against a team with a losing record. The White Sox are hoping to turn their season around, but the Dodgers are returning home and look to step up in their first game back and control this game from the first inning. The Dodgers, who average 5.56 runs per game, should drive in runs at will, with Freddie Freeman, Will Smith, and the rest of the lineup making hard contact and powering the ball against Lance Lynn and the rest of the White Sox pitchers to easily plate base runners. The Dodgers should also limit a White Sox lineup that has only scored 8 runs in the last 4 games, with Tony Gonsolin stepping up and pitching multiple strong innings. Los Angeles is just the better team 1 through 9 despite some recent struggles, and I'm not sure I could get enough plus money to take a shot on Lance Lynn right now in his current form. Tony Gonsolin hasn't been elite, but he's been good enough, and I just don't think the White Sox offense will be able to do enough to counteract the damage from Lynn against the Dodgers' order. So the Los Angeles Dodgers to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The Dodgers have one of the league's best lineups, and both teams look to constantly drive in runs against 2 struggling starting pitchers. The White Sox should easily play base runners with Jake Burger, Luis Robert Jr., and the rest of the lineup making contact against Tony Gonsolin and the rest of the Dodgers pitchers to keep rallies going and round the bases. The Dodgers, who have scored 12 runs in the last 2 games, should run up the score with Freddie Freeman, Will Smith, J.D. Martinez, and the rest of the lineup swinging for the fences and crushing pitches off of Lance Lynn, who has allowed 13 runs in the last 2 starts, and the rest of the White Sox pitchers to circle the bases throughout the game. This will be a high-scoring game with both lineups stepping up. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.